Hi everyone, this is the lesson for Wednesday, May 6th and Thursday, May 7th. As you can see, is another 2-day lesson, so the assignment will be the same for Wednesday and Thursday this week. An announcement, your final draft of the Describing a Process essay is due Monday, May 11th. So if you have already received your first draft back with comments, you can continue to work on it and turn it in by Monday. Today's objective is to use adverbs to describe how the steps in a process should be done. So earlier this week, we looked at what an adverb is and how to use it. So let's review. An adverb is a word that describes how an action is done. We have some examples of adverbs that answer the question how here: quietly, peacefully, carefully. We saw that changing an adjective and an adverb usually is pretty easy because we just have to add an ly, and that makes an adjective into an adverb most of the time. There are some other cases when it comes to spelling. If it ends in a y, we're going to change that y to an I and it becomes readily, merrily, easily. We still have that ly here. If it ends with E or LE, we're going to be replacing the E with a Y, and it will become understandably, forcibly, and possibly. If it ends in IC, ick, we're going to add ALLY. And there are some adverbs that don't change at all, but most of the time, the adverbs will be ending in ly. Remember, we can place an adverb in the beginning, the middle, or the end of a sentence, but most of the time we use the middle and the end positions. All right, today what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating describing a process slides that connect to your essay. So on each slide, you will have the step, an image to match the step, a tip using an adverb, and you're going to underline the adverb. This will be due on Monday, the same day that your final draft is due for your essay. If you didn't know, a tip is a helpful piece of advice. So in this Google Slides presentation, you're giving us the step, and then you're giving us a piece of advice about that step. Let me show you exactly what I mean. When you go today to today's classwork, you're going to see this here and this document also. So you're going to open this first, and this is where you're going to place your slides. You also might want to have this next to you while you're working because it's a list of commonly used adverbs. So if you can't think of an adverb right away, it might help you to be looking at this list to get some ideas on the types to use. Let's wait for this list to load, and I know it's here. Where is it? Here we go. Adverbs of manner. As it populates, we can see all of those words there. And they, most of the time, end in ly. So the first thing you're going to do when you open up your Google Slides presentation is you're going to finish the how-to title. So remember, my essay is about how to get a distracted student to focus. And you're going to tell me who wrote this presentation. So I'm writing it, so I'm going to put my name. You will put your name. So you'll notice that I have the steps organized for you, and you have to kind of just fill them in. So you're going to think back to your essay, your brainstorming document. What is the step 1 in your process? Well, for my process that I'm describing, step 1 is that you make a rule that there are no cell phones, allowed in class. All right, next I have to think or go find an image. So I'm going to go to Google Images and I'm going to search no cell phones. And what I'm going to find is something like this. This looks good to me. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to copy the image, and then I'm going to go back to my document, my slides, and I'm going to paste the image here. Make sure you cover over where it says place image here. I don't want to see that on the document. So here I have the image. Say I want to change the image, make it crop it, because I don't need this part down here. Boom. All right, I've got my image. Now I need my tip. And in my tip, I need to make sure that I am using an adverb. So here's my tip. You can make sure that students take the rule seriously by giving consequences. Do you see my adverb? It's the one that ends in ly. So I'm going to take it here and I'm going to underline it. Now I use the middle position for this adverb, but I don't have to use that every single time. So that's what you're going to do for each of the steps in your process. You have the step, you have an image that connects to the step, and then you have a tip. And with that tip, you need to tell them how they're going to be doing something by using an adverb. Make sure that adverb is underlined. If you want to look more at my example, if you go to today's model section, which you should have already seen, you'll see my example there. When you click on that example, you'll see my entire slides presentation about my essay. So there's many more examples for you of the way to write your tip and the type of images I'm looking for. So that's what you're working on today and tomorrow. It is not due until Monday with your essay. All right. On Friday, we'll discuss how to revise and edit the essay so that it's perfect before you turn it in. But right now, just focus on creating this Google Slides presentation. Please let me know if you have any questions.